Hey guys, and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can work around your terminal in Ubuntu, macOS, or any Unix distribution operating system. So you've seen a lot of movies where hackers are behind the screen and green text is going through a black background on their screen. That is what we call a terminal, and you use the terminal to interact with the operating system. The same way you use the File Explorer, the graphic user interface, you use the File Explorer or a file browser or Finder to move items. Now in this video, I'm going to show you my top commands for Unix that you're going to use almost on a daily basis. And I'm going to show you in a way that we're going to create a folder, and then we're going to create a file in it. We're going to delete, we're going to be able to move, rename, and everything else. So let's start with the pwd command. Pwd command, what it does is we're saying print working directory. So Linux commands are very easy because they're straightforward. Pwd print working directory is just the first letters of each word that we're using. So if we say enter, we press the enter key or return key, it's going to show us a directory that we're in. A directory is the folder. So we're in the folder mkdir, which is inside users. Now we're like, okay, we want to see the files that are in there or the directories that are in there. We're going to run the ls command. What it does is it lists every item that is in that directory. So when we press enter or return key, it's going to show us all the items and directories that are in there. There are a lot of parameters that you can add to the list command. For example, to say, I want you to clearly show me which one is a folder, which one is a file. And I also want you to show me the sizes of those files or folders and the permissions that it has. So now we know the files and directories that we have in this directory, but we don't have the directory that we want to work in for our project. So in this case, for this video, we're going to say, okay, we're going to be working with a directory named Linux command. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a directory in here. So this is where we are. Yes, we need to make a directory. So this is the third command that I'm going to teach you is mkdir. mk or make, and then dir for directory. So you're telling the operating system to say, okay, now I want to make a directory. So you need to name the directory. In this case, we're going to say Linux commands. You see? So naming a directory, if you're going to name it as one word, you can do it as I've done with alphanumeric, with the letters, numbers, and characters such as underscore. But if you wanted it to be, let's say most of us name our files, our directories with words. So for example, like our directories are usually like this, Linux commands. But when you're doing this, what you're telling the operating system is, in a way, you need to make a directory Linux and a directory commands. But that's not what we want. We want a directory named Linux commands. So if you're going to have a space, you should put this slash there, and then space, you put commands. When you say make dir, make directory Linux commands, with that slash in the middle, what you're saying is that I'm creating a directory with the name Linux commands, and then the space in the middle, it's a space within the name. So that slash is what we call an escape character. So we're trying to tell it that don't execute this as a command on its own. It's just part of the name. So when we do enter, you see, it seems nothing has happened, yeah? But when we do ls again, we'll see that we now have the Linux commands directory here. We have created that. All right, great. So we're going to go to the next command. Now that we've created the directory, what do we want to do in there? We want to create files. So you say cd ln. cd is for change directory. So we're saying we need to get into the directory Linux commands. Now, a good tip for productivity and using the terminal, when you write lin, we want the Linux commands here. But when you just press tab, it'll finish off the command. So for you to be fast, the moment you just write, just press tab, and then it'll finalize that. You see, I can see that I'm now in Linux commands. What if I do pwd just to verify? You see, I'm inside Jacobs here. We created a directory Linux commands, and that's the directory that we have. All right, great. Now we want to create a file in there. So first of all, let's list. There's nothing because the Linux commands directory, we've just created it. So okay, we're going to create a text file. The next command that we're going to learn is vi. Vi is a text editor that was originally designed for Unix operating system, so it runs on the command terminal. When you say vi, you're saying that create a text file using the vi editor. In this case, we're going to call it hello.txt, and then enter. It'll open the editor. Now what we want to do is, how you cannot just start typing, so you need to press I. I'm going to press the I button on the keyboard. So when you press I, it will open up that you can start writing. So I'm just going to write it as any file. So I'll say, hello, this is our text file written in VI. Bye now. And then when you're done, press the escape button and then write :WQ. So when you press the escape button, you enter into a command mode in the VI text editor. And the colon says execute these commands. W is to write. Now writing is saving the file. So whatever you've written, you want to save. Q is to quit. Now I want to exit. If I would just do W, I would just save the file, but I wouldn't exit the editor. So like that, I'm in there. Now, another command that I want you to learn is you have this file. Instead of opening the file in the VI, how about I just want to read the file directly from the terminal? So we have what we call a cat. So a cat outputs whatever you have in the file on the terminal so that you can just see it there. So I say, okay, cat hello.text. See, I have whatever I wrote in the text file on the terminal. So it says, hello, this is our text file written in VI. By now, that's what we created in the hello.text. That is great. Now, okay, when we do a list again, we see that we have a hello.text. But what if we want to create another file and then we add some content in there, but we want it to have the content that we already have in this one? So we're going to use the command copy. We want to create a copy. So CP means copy. Copy, you say, okay, so you need to give it a source file. Copy from hello.text to, now the destination file, what do you want it to be? Why, in this same directory, and then we're going to say hello copy.text. See, Linux doesn't tell you that things have worked, but if nothing has happened, then everything has worked. If something didn't happen, didn't go well, it's going to give you an error. So okay, let's do ls. You see that now we have this file here, hello_copy. Yeah, so we can open that one and modify it using the same VI, but we're not going to do that for now. So now that we've created a copy, but we want to rename it, the hello copy. How to rename? Now we use the command mv. Mv is a move command. Okay, now I know that it's moving when we just want to rename, so you use the same command for moving a file to rename. In this case, I'm going to say mv. You're also going to give it a source file. So say mv hello_copy. That's the source. I want to rename it to new hello.text. When I press enter, I've renamed it. If I do ls again to list, you see that I now have hello and I have new hello. I don't have hello copy again. Okay, so now we know how to move. Okay, so we're done working in this directory. We want to go back to the directory that we were. How do we do it? We already say that to change directory, we use the command cd. So in this case, we're going to do cd space ... cd space ... means that I want to go back to the previous directory or to the top level directory of the current directory that I'm in. I know maybe this might not make a lot of sense now, but if it's not, eventually with practice, you can understand it. So if I do cd and do pwd, you see, I'm back into the jegums here. I was in the Linux commands directory inside jegums here. Now that I've done the cd ... I'm into the users jegums here. All right. So if I do ls, I see that I have the command Linux commands. Yeah. All right. Now we're done with whatever we were doing. We want to delete that command and then we should call it a day. We use the command rm, which is remove. You see, commands are very easy. Remove rm. So I'm going to try deliberately to get an error. So if I say remove Linux commands, I've just typed Linux, lin, and then tab. It has finished. It'll give me an error here. You see, Linux commands is a directory, meaning that you cannot delete a directory if it has elements inside, files inside, because we have the hello.txt file inside. So if we want to delete, in this case, we need to delete the files inside first and then delete the Linux commands. directory. But what if the Linux commands directory has a lot of files? It would be tedious to go into the directory and then start deleting one file at a time. So what we do is we do remove rm, and then we do a -r. So what we're saying here is that rm for remove, and then -r, we're saying that recursively. So we're saying that it should go into the directory Linux commands and delete recursively everything that is in the directory, including the Linux commands directory. So when we do ls, we see that we no longer have the Linux commands. We have deleted it. You see? So by now we have gone through pwd, we have gone through ls command, we have gone through mkdir command, we have gone through the cd command, we have gone through the vi command, the cp command, the mv command, and then we have also gone through the cat command. Now we have also gone through the rm command, and we're remaining with one, man command. So man is manual as in a user manual. So you have all these commands that you know of, maybe the ls. So if you do man ls and press enter, it will give you a user manual for that command. So it will show you what else you can do, the formats and everything else. So man works with any command. If you just say man mkdir, it will tell you everything about that command. All right, guys. So these are the 10 commands that I can guarantee that you're going to be using them almost on a daily basis, and they're going to enhance your productivity working with command line. I have my favorite though, so I'm adding one as a bonus. Whoami command. As if you wouldn't know who you are, but you have this command that would tell you which user you're logged in as. So if I press enter, it will show me that I'm logged in as Jacob Mzia. I hope this video has helped you understand how the command line interface works and how some of the top commands that you want on a daily basis, you can use them. And utilizing this, the more you use them, the more you get to understand how the command line interface is. Whenever you want to try to create a new file, if you're on Linux or Mac, let's try to use it to create a file using the command line interface, the terminal. And if you want to copy something, try it in here as well. Even reading or writing a text file. So until next time, guys, stay safe. See you then.